time now for MediaWatch, and I'm joined now by Emma James. Hi there, Emma.
Hi there.
Now, more than a week has passed since Hurricane Maria struck Puerto Rico, dealing a great deal of damage and devastation, claiming 16 lives. A lot of criticism, isn't there, of how it's been handled by the US authorities?
Yes, absolutely. And it doesn't seem to be getting any less. Even though Donald Trump has said he is going to visit Puerto Rico on Tuesday, there are still plenty of critics out there. Largely, it has to be said, regarding his response to it, because a lot of people are seeing a difference, including Politico here, saying that there is a growing backlash. A lot of people seeing a difference between how he handled the disasters on the mainland, whether it's Houston or Florida, with the way that he's reacted to what's happened in Puerto Rico. In fact, in some of his earlier tweets, he almost seemed to blame Puerto Rico itself for the problems that it has suffered. And that has prompted Matt Worker, the cartoonist for Politico, to come up with this particular image. Donald Trump tweeting angrily, no doubt in response to those people criticising him, while the people of Puerto Rico are underwater. And of course, there is such devastation there, as we have seen. 3.5 million people living in Puerto Rico. But he seems to be questioning, really, whether funds are available to help rebuild. He's also been tweeting these kind of messages. Praising the first responders and FEMA, saying they're doing a great job in Puerto Rico. Docks and electric grid dead, he says. But then he goes on to complain about the way in which the press is reporting what's happening. Wish the press would treat fairly. He's trying to show in these tweets how much action there is going on and how much people should be praising him for that action, and he feels that it is unfair. Now, if he doesn't want to see any negative reactions, then he will want to avoid any articles at all regarding a particular news conference that was held in Washington today at the White House by the acting Homeland Security Director, Elaine Duke. She has really prompted outrage online with this comment. Take a look.
I am very satisfied. I know it's a hard storm to recover from, but the amount of progress that's been made, and I really would appreciate any support that we get. I know it is really a good news story.
So a good news story, not really something that anyone in Puerto Rico right now can see the sense behind. Now, in fairness to Elaine Duke, she was talking about their ability to reach people and the limited number of deaths. However, of course, some of the reactions, San Juan's mayor, a lady called Carmen Julín Cruz, was very quick to criticise this, saying this is not a good news story. This is a people are dying story. Now, she said that basically it's a life or death story, and she's somewhat stunned as to why it would be referred to in this way. She's being quoted very widely online today, including by BuzzFeed. They say that they give her quote here saying, "When you are drinking from a creek, it's not a good news story. When you don't have food for a baby, it is not a good news story." Lots of people very, very angry. The San Juan mayor is right and Elaine Duke is dead wrong. Nothing about Puerto Rico is a feel-good story. People are dying, says this person. And this Twitter user too, saying, "What the heck? A week without water and food is not good."
Yeah, I think probably an extraordinary choice of words given the circumstances. Lots of well-known international figures come from Puerto Rico, and a lot of them have been keen to let's say, lend their voice to the whole debate, and perhaps with the idea of giving something back to the island they came from.
Absolutely. And the first among them to really be out of the blocks in terms of taking action was Jennifer Lopez. She is, of course, of Puerto Rican descent, although she was born in the Bronx. Jenny from the block, of course, he could forget. She has donated $1 million of her own money and is doing a great deal to promote all of the fundraising efforts that are going on right now. And she certainly isn't alone. Beyonce has recorded a song in Spanish, part of it, and all of the proceeds are going to be going to those areas that have been hit by earthquakes and hurricanes of late. This Twitter user saying, "I love my president," clearly wanting a President Beyonce rather than a President Trump. Some people saying that maybe this will be the Despacito hit for Beyonce and will raise a great deal of money. Others criticising the fact that maybe she could just hand over some of her many millions of cash without doing it that that way. Lin-Manuel Miranda, the star, of course, of the Hamilton musical, has put together a track which we haven't yet heard in full. He's giving little teasers online, and he is hoping to obviously raise, it's described as a love letter to Puerto Rico. He, of course, is Puerto Rican. And Stephen Colbert has asked people to post embarrassing teenage photographs of themselves, and for every celebrity that does it, $1,000 from his foundation will be given to the relief effort, and that is his own embarrassing teenage photograph.
That's the worst he's got. He's probably all right. I think I've got worse than that. Do you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. We'll compare afterwards. Thank you so much, Emma James, with today's edition of Media Watch. Thanks again.